Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. I wasn't going to finish these videos, but you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and knock them out, no matter how long it takes, because I never did finish it the last time I started it. So let's just roll through these. This time I'm sharing with you the comedies in my movie collection. First up is Arsenic and Old Lace. And I love this movie so much. This is one of my all-time favorite comedies. Cary Grant is freaking brilliant in this. And if you like classic Hollywood films like I do, and you like comedies, I highly recommend this if you've never seen it. Next up is The Best Man. I love this movie too. Well, obviously, if you know me, everything I have in my collection I either love or really like. I don't have any movies in my collection I don't like, but I do really like this movie. It is so good. The cast is excellent. The acting is excellent. The comedy timing is brilliant, and it is just a great movie about a group of friends and a big secret. And yeah, love that movie. Next up is Big Trouble in Little China with one of my favorite actors, Kurt Russell. Yeah, he is one of my favorite actors. This movie is so quirky and it's so funny. It's become a cult classic because obviously when it first came out, it was not a hit, and it took a while to get its steam, and then all of a sudden it became a cult hit from people buying the movie for their personal collections, and then now the movie has become a classic. It has. Unfortunately, it's one of the many, it seems, endless movies that Hollywood is remaking. They are going to be remaking, if they're not in the process of doing it already, they're going to be remaking it with Dwayne Johnson in Kurt Russell's role. Ugh, they just need to stop. But that's just my opinion. Next up is The Birdcage. This movie is hilarious. This is the film adaptation of the award-winning stage play, La Cage aux Folles. And yeah, brilliant. If you've seen it, you know. If you haven't and you love comedies, check it out. Check it out. Robin Williams and Gene Hackman and Nathan Lane and Diane Weiss are just brilliant in it. Love it. Next up is Boomerang with Eddie Murphy. This is still a movie that still has not gotten a Blu-ray release. So if you like the movie and want the movie, the only way it is available in physical media as of now is still on the DVD. But this is a very good transfer. So if that has anything to do with it. I'm a person, I don't care if I still have DVDs in my collection. I'm not a Blu-ray snob. If I can own a movie that I like, even though it's not on Blu-ray, I'm going to buy the DVD. I'm not going to, the word won't come to me right now, but I'm not going to deprive myself of something that I like just because it's not on Blu-ray. That's crazy to me. Because you may look at one day and it's not available at all anywhere. And so I don't take that chance. Next up is Car Wash. Love this movie. Oh my gosh. And there is it's so funny that they have them on the cover, obviously because they were really big A names when this movie came out. But both of them together, I think, in the movie 20 minutes. You know, they're not the lead actors or anything. It's an ensemble cast. But of course, when Richard Pryor is present, he always makes an impression. You never forget him. So all I have to say, there's this one scene that I don't care. I've seen this movie countless times, and there's one scene where it never ceases to make me laugh out loud, like for real. And all I have to do is say, I don't even know. Should I say it? I'm going to just say pee bottle. The pee bottle chase scene. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, good gosh. That is just hilarious. Next up, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Love this movie. Love this movie. This movie has really become iconic, and these roles have become iconic. And yeah, still is hilarious every time. And my favorite part is still There's so many, but that last scene with him racing to get home before the principal arrives at his house, love it. Galaxy Quest. I have to say, in my personal opinion, that this is definitely on the list as being one of the funniest comedies ever. Ever. And who knew Sigourney Weaver? He could be so funny. Goodness. Oh, and rest in peace, Alan Rickman. Oh my gosh. His line, he was such a brilliant actor anyway. Just, I loved him. But he was just brilliant in this. Just brilliant in it. Next up, Ghostbusters. I love the steelbook. I love the steelbook. Let's see what's inside. For those who haven't seen it, sorry. Ceiling light. But yeah. There you go, Ghostbusters. Next up, this is one of my all-time movies in general, but this is A League of Their Own. I love this movie. It's funny, this movie is hard to decide where you put it. If you're a person like me who divides their movie collection by genre, I divide it by genre and then I alphabetize it within the genre. And I've moved this movie back and forth between drama and comedy. So for me, when I'm trying to decide if a movie really can be placed in more than two genres, some can go in three, I have to think to myself, okay, which genre is it most to me? Do I laugh more? Am I scared more? You know, is it more actiony and intense? And I guess there's more comedy. It's like subtle comedy. So it's in my comedies. That's all I have to say. Everyone is amazing. I love everything about this. I love the real history of it. They have a amazing documentary on here, a few of them. This is the 20th anniversary edition. Tom Hanks was phenomenal in this. Everybody was. Tom Hanks, Madonna, Gina Davis, Rosie O'Donnell, everybody. And I love the fact that all the women in the film who were on the baseball teams play baseball. Like they played baseball or softball. They were real and legit, and they all had to audition for the role. And like they were auditioning to, they don't call it auditioning, but that they were auditioning to be on a real team. So the process was real. So what you see on the screen is legit. I love it. You know, who knew Madonna could play? You know, she said she used to play. I think she said she played, gosh, I can't remember where. It's been so long. But yeah, who knew? Next up is Men in Black 3. This is the only Men in Black I own. Love the steelbook. And this is just the funniest one to me. This is the one I like. So there you go. Next up is Night at the Museum. This is one of the few that I do have to upgrade eventually. But like I've mentioned, to Blu-ray eventually, upgrade to Blu-ray eventually. But like I've mentioned before in previous videos, that for me, my priority in upgrading my movies to Blu-ray goes like action and sci-fi and horror, then to like the dramas and the comedies and things like that. Anything that involves visuals and colors and things like that take priority to me. And then a lot of the movies, the DVD transfers are really outstanding. So and then for people who have Blu-ray players, as you know, if you have a DVD that already has a good transfer, the Blu-ray player ups the visual output of the DVD, so it even ups what you're seeing anyway. So for people who didn't know. Next up is Oscar. Love this movie. Talk about, I think this has to be the most underrated film of Sylvester Stallone's. The most underrated, the most underexposed film. Anytime I mention to people do not know what I'm talking about. And, you know, this came out in a time when he was like deep in the middle of his action career. Like that's what he was known for. As we all know, it was, are you a Stallone fan or a Schwarzenegger fan? It was that period. And he wanted to do something different. He was spreading his wings and he wanted to do this comedy. And can I say, he's freaking brilliant in it too. Who knew? He has great comedic timing. This is just a great movie. It takes place in the 30s. Sylvester Stallone plays a 30s mob boss. Let me rephrase that. He plays a Chicago mob boss in the 30s. And as his father's passing away, he promises his father he's going to go straight, that he's going to go legit, he's going to get out of the business. And boy, oh boy, him trying to do that, the day in the life of him, everything between his family, between the other criminals he works with, his freaking tailor, just the police, everything. It is freaking hilarious. That's all I have to say. Love that movie. Next up, The Out-of-Towners, another classic. This is the original with Jack Lemmon and Sandy Dennis. It was remade in the 90s. It was like late 90s. With Steve Martin and Goldie Hawn. But the original is still my favorite. It's the movie. Oh my goodness, I just think about it and laugh. You are on my list. That's all you had to say. Anybody that's seen that movie, you just know that phrase right there. You are on my list. Next up, Overboard. Oh my goodness. And I'm getting giddy because I am not a person who's into celebrities and stars, and I could care less about who's marrying who's dating who had a baby, who broke up. I could care less about that stuff. But I do have a few people that I really, really like and admire, not just as actors, but as people. And I have a couple of favorite couples, and Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn are one of my favorite couples. I like them both as actors. Kurt Russell's one of my favorite actors, and I really like Goldie Hawn. And together they make an awesome couple. They met while making this film and started dating while making this film, and they've been together ever since. Come on, how cute are they? Seriously. Love this movie. Again, this was another movie that was remade recently. No, thank you. This will always be the best. It will always be the best. Next up is one I'm probably going to get a lot of sighs and eye rolling, and I don't care because I like what I like. This next up is Pixels. Now, okay, where do I start with this? One, I'm not an Adam Sandler fan. I only own 2 movies of his, and you'll see the other one. And everyone, if you follow my channel, you know that I am a big gamer. I've been gaming all my life. So this movie for me was fun. I didn't see it at the movies because everybody just dogged it so much. And I don't know why. I never listen to people. But I think the only reason it convinced me not to go see it is because it was Adam Sandler, because I'm not a fan of his. And I'm just like mad at myself for letting people affect what I see, because I see stuff whether people like it or not, if I'm interested in it, and this is one of them. I enjoyed this movie a lot. I enjoyed the nostalgia. It was sentimental for me. I thought it was fun and funny, and seriously, Peter Dinklage is everything in this movie. Everything. His look, the way he spoke, and of course, being a gamer, it was just way too much fun seeing so many of the classic video game characters come to life. And my favorite, oh my goodness, the Donkey Kong level. Pac-Man was freaking awesome though. I love that. I enjoy that movie a lot. So you don't like it? Power to you, Next up, Roll Bounce. Oh my goodness, this movie is like an addiction. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this movie. Like if I just need to chill or I just need to be in a good mood, just silly. Oh my goodness, this movie is just a good time, man. A great soundtrack, great casting, just fun. Just fun, man. Just fun. That's all I can say. Roll Bounce. And the last one is The Wedding Singer, the other Adam Sandler movie. I adore this movie. Adore this movie. And seriously, Could Drew Barrymore be any cuter in this movie? I don't think so. I think this is the cutest she's ever been in a film. Okay, except for E.T. That doesn't count. She was a little girl. As an adult, this is the cutest movie she's ever done. And I loved her and Adam Sandler together in this. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, sorry, side note. Roll Bounce. For those who like this movie or are interested in watching this movie is still not available on Blu-ray. They still have not put this on Blu-ray. So if you want to see it, the only way to see it, to own it. If you want to own it, the only way to own it is on DVD. And to let you know, it comes in widescreen and full screen. So we know you get the widescreen edition. So anyway, people. So there you go. Yeah, those are my movies, and I love them. Thank you for watching, and maybe you saw something that you didn't think about before. And so anyway, I'm gonna put these up and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.